Okay. Let's drag this over here. Maximize that. Cool. So we got a little bit of a barb looking at you. And that's visible. Yes. My whole network thing is completely hidden, but that's fine. I still need to redraw my shit. I can do it with a transparency. Well, I mean, I guess what I could do is just re-save it. Let's save them again. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, man. Hello. Oh yeah. Let's see here. What we can do here is we can do yank, paste, touch, main.lua. So we need to do updates. We need to change up updates, right? So what we can do, you can actually say, yeah, I don't fucking care, tree sitter, shut up. Stages, and then here we could have, you know, phase 1, we could have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, yeah. And the biggest thing here is that we want to we want to be able to moderate what the actual bits are, right? So update that stages. I don't think I need to have a separate groups. Oh, actually, no, I do. I do. Right. Because all these guys need to be ordered. Right? Like, kind of. So, we have the phases and we have the groups. And as we go through each of the phases, we populate the groups with a blank bit. So, and if we want to do update brackets string, that's fine. Update at phase 1 is a function, right? Now we can do it a few different ways. We could do currying, because we could do update dot phase 1. Because we could do something along the lines of updates dot phase 1 player function. Self Alright, we could do something along those lines. Alright, have currying. I don't know how I feel about that. Because like the indexing and all that stuff is it handles all that stuff for you, right? So we know that we want to do update, right? ENG UMT. Alright. So we have update stages and groups. Alright. So let's just delete all that. Get rid of all that garbage. And so we have stages and groups. So what we could do is we could say because at this point what we want to do is we want to set the meta table 2 stages to do the things that we want it to do, right? Except stages is actually going to be a function. Alright. Except stages is going to be a function. And this is where things get a little bit interesting, right? Oh wait, but stages is going to override. No, the stages doesn't need to. But what we can do, however, is we can say that because we can make it a huge function. And then everything in here is it, right? Because we want to return, we want to have a local table is equal to that. Local MT is equal to that. Set meta table Table. Alright, and here we can say empty tabla. Okay. Return table. Alright. So we table. There we go. Yeah. So here what we do is we set the information, which we actually don't give a shit about. Because I think the index is just going to link into itself, right? Yeah. So let's see here. Empty index is equal to table. We also want, what else do we want? We want the index to equal table. We want the empty call to equal what is this function empty call yeah table. Here we actually have function. Oh, actually, dot. Alright. Because we're not doing anything special with the index, we are doing it with call. Because we're making this table callable, right? So we can like pass it around easily, all that other stuff. I mean, it also doesn't really matter. Storing callables and all that stuff is just the way things go. So another thing that we are going to be doing is going to my go to dashboard so I can be a little bit vigilant. I should probably tell my dad that I stream shit. Tell him how to watch. Let's see here. Yeah. Alright. So the function mTable iTable. So what does it mean when it is paused? Well, actually, it's the array or phase list, right? What? Nani? Nandeo. So yeah, phase list. So for So for I phase in I pairs in in a phase list do. Here what we want to do is we want to say the well, it is, what is it, self at phase is equal to I. So why is this a thing? Why is this the thing that we want? Alright. So, for one, self is equal to just an empty fucking thing. So what that does is it clears all the stuff, because you can just do that. You can just overwrite things like that, because fuck you. Right. So you can just clear all the table and all of the data in the table. You set the phase equal to I, and you fucking Gucci. Right. Self equals a blank. Self phase equals I, and cool. What else do we need to do? Yeah, I am going to do that. Alright. EMT stages. Cool. Yeah, we have index table MT call set meta table MT. Okay. We also need to do the this is, yeah, so we have that, and we have update phase 1. Yeah, so that is the index, the updates index. So that's the UMT. All right. So we need to do UMT is equal to some shit. For instance, the UMT, function UMT index. So we have the index, right? And this needs to be an object that is, you know, handled very specially. Shit, yeah. Okay, cool. So the groups. Hold on. Because one of the things that we are also going to do is for I phase and I pairs phase list do self phase equals I. At this part, because what we need to do is we need to have the groups. The groups are going to have the list of listeners and their callbacks. It's a listener callback pair that's being handled in groups. So in the so in all actuality, in here, right, while we are doing this, we need to say that update dot groups at index I. Is equal to that. Well, this is like a full-blown initializer, so we can say update dot groups is equal to that. Because what we're having is kind of like a little bit of a, we're doing a, this is how we're doing a set sequence thing, right? We're guaranteeing a set sequence. Because I don't think in like, I don't know for sure if the order of things are maintained in tables. I suspect that it's not guaranteed. Right? Moreover, it's not. Yeah. This will definitely work, right? There is no, there is no ambiguity. Most of these things are stored in very specific ways. Having it be, it's very difficult, and it's just a lot of overhead to maintain a, whatchamacallit, brother. It's just very difficult to maintain a guaranteed list, right? So, we have that, we have that, we have that. Okay, cool. Yeah, because we are setting the groups, setting the U tables. Do we want groups to be done a certain way, or does it matter? I don't think it really matters. I don't think underscore groups matter. Right. So yeah. Groups is equal to, that is the first stage. That will mean, yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, shit. I need to take a look at something in OBS at some point, because I think like it was, I mean, I guess I could right now. Because I thought that it was possible to say do a window capture. So I have the image reaction source, and I could do a tester capture. What? Okay. So it's like not include exporter. Yeah, okay, so weird. It's like not able to actually capture the windows for some reason. But Discord can. Like, Discord can capture individual windows. So, but interesting. Yeah, so that's interesting. Yeah, delete capture. Strange. I don't know. I'll just have to fucking something, I guess. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, my face is bugging me. Yes, I can do it one of two ways, right? I can either say, have it be I don't know. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, no, I think it'd be worth it to change stuff. Okay, so we have that set up, right? And then what we want to do next is we want to fucking hell, what's next? What is next? Am I actually eating food? Have I eaten yet today? Or did I just get coffee? Okay. Oh, okay, cool. I do like X-Face. X-Face is nice. X-Face is good. Alright, so... what is next? Yeah, I think the stages are done. Stages should be done. Yeah, because the index is just the table. I'm gonna set self to empty. Oh shit. Groups to empty. Groups that equals that, right? That's actually what you're supposed to be doing. Thank you very much. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So, the next part is... so groups should also be done. That means that whole sequence is done. Which means UMT, so let's do UMT index phases. This is the next thing, right? We want to index into that, right? So what we want to do is we want to say return self dot groups at index self dot groups at the index of self dot stages at phase. That should be correct, because effectively that's all that you're doing. Right? You're just saying, hey, inside the groups, return that shit. Yeah. So you should be able to then, in addition, be able to pull that out, right? Yeah. Now you could also set like meta table colors and all that shit, but I don't care enough for that. Alright. That's not really necessary. Just saying. It's just more. It's just meaningless complexities, right? So, especially given the fact that there's literally no need for it. So just as long as we're able to just return the, the section, because we just want to populate groups with a bunch of extra stuff, right? So we have that. We have update UMT. We have index. Yeah, because we have the update meta table, which handles the index. We want new index to be nil. want UMT dot new index is equal to nil. Yeah. New index. Thank you. That's proper. So that we don't call it. And then we do UMT. Well, this is a function UMT call. Delta time and so for for stage I in pairs. Oh wait, no. For I phase in I pairs self dot groups do and yeah, for the groups do a thing. And subtype groups. Yeah. Because the groups are in order. So, for listeners in phase, so for listener callback in phase, for listener callback, that's key value, listener comma callback, and pairs phase do, and listener comma DT. And I think I can just set that to, yeah, right, because we don't really care about, we don't care about what the index itself actually is. We just care that it's doing it in order. I think that should be it. I think that should be good. All right. And now, again, technically speaking, there are a bunch of other things like behaviors, where you have large sets of, you have a unified behavior that is being applied to a large set of objects. So we can do that. We don't need to have datums in Lua, because Lua already fucking has it. In essence, Lua already does datums, so we don't need datums. We don't need tokens. All that we really have to do is this. Yeah. Because like a behavior is just the actual function itself. You, like if you call a behavior, then it is doing that. And the thing is that there may be, it's, how do I put it? The way that the update phases are doing is a little bit strange, because it's much more, I want to say, pragmatic that we do. I mean, we're I'm going to think about how to actually pull that off a little bit differently. Hello, Tofu. I am coding. Yes, I am. There's text on screen, so I'm coding. And since there's text on your screen, you are coding. How you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing today? Glad to see you around again. Yeah, hopefully my audio levels are a little bit better this time than last time. Although I always feel like it is. Doing good, doing good. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. A little bit EP. It's kind of been a rough couple days, but awesome. Finally getting everything all dialed in. Yeah. Hopefully things are also readable and stuff. I made the text size a little bit smaller. That's more for my own personal. It was a little bit too big for me, so hopefully it's still like readable, or at least understandable as to what's going on. It looks like it should be readable, mostly. Don't necessarily want things to be too terribly busy. I don't really know what it is that people want to see, or why people would be watching me, so I don't know. I'm still new. I don't even have, channel points yet, so it doesn't. I can pretty much get away with doing whatever the hell I want until, things start changing. Yeah. 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 I stream every day for like at least a couple hours, and I at most only have like one person in chat, so it is what it is. I'm sure I'll just take time. So let's see. Let's see here. I will have to. Okay, so we've set the meta table. Okay, yeah, so the update sequencer is fine. Or just generally less interested in that. You do Lisps? Yeah. I mean, It, it's, I know that, like, some people, they come to, like, coding streams just to, like, some people will just pop in to just see what the you know, to see what the like what the progress is. Yeah, I mean fair, but but like some people come to coding streams as like a way to, you know, watch a project grow. Other people do it to try and like learn how a language works or learn new programming concepts, or, you know, some people just like having like some music and some speech just in the background, like a little bit of like a co-working sesh, you know, things like that. So it's, I don't know, it's, I'm still kind of figuring out what it is that my niche is, and try and figure out how to like lean into that some. I also notice that a lot of the times you'll end up getting some, I don't necessarily want to say like a weirdo, but just stream the chat directly to your text buffer. Nice. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking about possibly doing something along those lines, to like have like a built-in, like a native system. But the main thing is that I stream to restream, so that I don't have to upload the VOD to YouTube. I can just stream to YouTube and let YouTube handle it. Because like I want to have YouTube as an archive, but I'm also a lazy little shit, and I don't want to go into Twitch and then set to upload to YouTube, right? It's like it isn't that much, like it's, you know, not that big of a deal per se. It's, I just don't want to. I'm already spending a lot of energy and effort just getting up and starting to stream, and on top of that doing what the project is, on top of, you know, relearning a whole ass new language, you know, on top of learning a whole new API, and it's, you know, it's just a lot of work, a lot of effort, and I just can't be like, I just can't be fucked to also go in and like upload the shit to YouTube and stuff. Not only that, but also, what is it? I think if I pass it through Restream, I can't remember if it's a Restream side of things or a Twitch side of things, but I've set it up so that Twitch will, what is it? It doesn't end the stream right away if it loses connection, which is super fucking nice. God, that's so nice. It is like super fucking nice. But like also, I don't know. So, I mean, I'll just have to like take a look at the like the Restream API and shit. So, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, like it's like a lot of people will stream only to Twitch, and just as soon as they're done with their stream, they just log into Twitch and then have it uploaded and stuff like that. But also, most people already have their stream up and running side by side with their broadcasting software, with, you know, like OBS and all that other stuff, right? But I can't but my hardware, and then that's pretty much what I used to do when I had a arguably modern, you know, an arguably modern freaking piece of hardware, instead of this ancient tech. So, but like I can't have OBS and Firefox and a stream all running all at the same time. It is way too much for this computer to handle. So I just kind of have to figure out other ways of doing it, because otherwise I'd have to like log into, you know, after stream ends, I would have to log in, do that, and a lot of times I just don't have the energy to do anything. So, but you make do. You figure you figure things out. That's what software engineers are. You know, that's that's how we function. You know. Yeah, I mean that's also fair too. You know. Yeah, I mean that's also fair. I like having the. I like just having things being archived. Just because I know that it would be very nice for, like, if someone like finds, you know, like if someone comes in late into a project or whatever, and they want to see, you know, how things, like how we got here, you know, it's nice having an archive that they can go back and view the older streams and watch how a project had progressed and all that stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I like doing it. But I don't know if that's even going to be something that's like really sustainable or necessary or whatever. I also am really big on transparency. You know, I like being transparent about things and kind of just open and honest. So, you know, having archives is kind of a big thing of that, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I've completely erased YouTube channels entirely in the past. So, kind of regret that too. I had a lot of really, really good videos. I don't have an opaque Vim. It is transparent. It is transparent. You can see B-top in the background. It is not opaque. It is translucent. Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, there's B-top running in the background. Yeah, and then if I deselect it, I just have it more of the text in front, more. Nah, you're good. I just don't want to go crazy with the transparency on, you know, in NeoVim, because then it just makes it really hard to read the text, right? Because like if I go into console here and I make the transparency like way higher, if I make it 1/3, then it makes it more difficult for me to read what the hell is going on, you know, and that's no bueno. Like, that's not good. Yeah. I also like subtlety. Yeah. I always like doing, I think it was at 15%. 10%? That's way too subtle. There we go. Yeah, that should be good. But yeah, you know, so yeah, these things. It's because like I like having, I really enjoyed having my CPU and RAM usage available, and since I'm using Xface, I know it's called XFCE, but I call it Xface because, come on. Yeah, but because I use Xface, I don't have access to like the thermal readouts and all that stuff quite as readily as I did on with i3 or Awesome or LXQT. So I just have BTOP open, and I like having BTOP open anyway for myself because it also shows me the network situation and what's going on there, because I have not the most stable internet connection. So I have direct I have a direct readout for it, so yeah. So yeah, what the fuck was I doing? I think call is good. I think call is done. Call should be done. I know it's been 11 days and I'm trying to do Pong in a day. Good job. Fucking what's wrong with me? I mean, one of these days I'm gonna be able to crank out Pong in like literally an hour, if not less. Like 15 minutes or some shit. Because all this is abstracting away a lot of, you know, this is just abstracting away a lot of the stuff. And all this stuff is stuff that I can reuse, right? That's kind of why I'm doing it. Is I'm just building abstractions until I have what it is that I want to do. So I think, let's see. So we have stages with table, meta table. The meta table index is just the table. We have the meta table call, which resets self, resets groups, and reverses the key values. So that we can link, we can effectively cross-link groups. So that when we are doing the lookup for update, we can do that cross-link, but when we're doing the calls, we're only going through the groups. Correct. Okay. Yeah. And I still need to figure out what's going on with this shit, because I think my drawing tablet is broken, which is fucking great. I love that so much. I don't think any of the buttons work, because like not even the power button works, which is fucking great. I love it. I might need a new cord, or I might need a new $250 tablet, and I don't have money for either. So, yay! I mean, I also need a new screen protector, because I dropped my mechanical keyboard on it and completely pitted the shit. So that's fun. But anyway, so let's see. Okay. Let's do. Let's see. We can do. Is this done? Is this actually done? Oh. Acquire modules dot update. Do I want to have an importer? No, I don't want to have an importer. Yeah, I don't want to have an importer because then I can't change things. Local draw equals require modules dot draw local make or local new is equal to require modules dot class local vec is equal to require modules dot vector. I could do a, you know, some such something. Okay. So then. Dot stages. We could do test and local test 2. So basically what we want to do is we want to make sure that we can do three stage let's see here, we can do update dot stage 1 test Yeah, because I don't think I needed to do anything special. Test 2. Do function print second test and update two, test 1, print only test 1, and update dot stage 3 test 2 equals function self key prints only okay, because I'm pretty sure that should work now. Alright, so CD day 11 love dot. Son of a bitch. Borked. Modules class. Modules. Attempt to call field stages, a table value in handler. The fuck? Nani? Undo. Son of a bitch, why is it doing that? Okay. What did I fuck up? But it should be fine. Fucking son of a bitch, dude. Why? Oh. Strange. Okay. So I'm being a fucking big dumb. I need to... Okay, I'm being fucking super dumb. Okay, I need to Do this, I think. Fucking some shit like that. Do that. S. And then here, I can do SMT. And here it is actually update dot stages. SMT call, yeah. SMT. Alright. Because we have the stages, the local shit, and shit, right? Because we want the update dots. That should work now. Motherfucker! What do you mean? I have call. Call is a function. Call is a fucking function, dude. Why? Call is set. Why am I unable? You know what? Because yeah. Why, what the fuck is going on here? Okay. Okay. So, fuck my life, dude. So why the fuck didn't it work? What am I doing wrong? Okay. So that does work. So why is it not working here? Oh. I think... Right? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that's all about. Okay. So... Okay. As long as there's no errors, there's an error. Why? What the fuck? Yeah, I'm in. Why? Attempted to call what it should be. It's... Fucking why though? Why are you... What is going on? What is going on inside your head? Why? Alright. Guess I'm done. I can't think of what the fuck is going wrong. I'm doing something wrong and I don't know what it is, so I don't know.